so they're probably fine with it too. But you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to take that Yorion as soon as it hits play. So, that could be game. Hey everybody, welcome back and thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch Hello Good Game. It is Christmas and I only want two things. It's to beat rogues and to beat rogues. So today that's our main objective and we accomplish it in, just absolute unbelievable fashion. What a way to beat rogues than to beat them with themselves. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Right? So today we have a token-based control deck that uses Transmogrify to pull out our Shroud-Veiled, which will allow us to take all of our opponent's creatures when they die or are exiled to our board state, and we can even insure them on our own side. So if they do die on our side, they get to come back as well. This is really cool. A great way to beat rogues is with themselves. One of the funnest things I've done in the last couple days. So, maybe not the most competitive deck in the meta. It is kind of janky. However, we do still hold a 66% win rate within Mythic. So, it is no joke. Don't get me wrong. If you are not interested in learning how the deck operates as effectively and efficiently as humanly possible by learning about the strategies, the synergies, just why each individual card was chosen to be included in the deck, you can jump right into the gameplay with the chapters feature. I do encourage not only the group of you who skip past, but everybody else to take a moment and like the video. That's a great way to help the exposure. The sooner those likes pile in, the better the video does. Of course, subscribe to the channel so you can come back every video and do it all again. We're doing 2 new decks daily for you guys, so lots of content to enjoy. Of course, we do have even more content if you want to support the channel financially and become a YouTube member, gaining access to, like I said, even more exclusive content only available to our YouTube members. We're playing today utilizing Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant. This is the best add-on for Windows, allowing you your draw statistics, metagame information, your own deck statistics, which is really, really nice. So that's available for free to everyone on Windows within the Overwolf link just in the description below this video. With that all out of the way, again, thank you for your time and attention. I hope you're having a great holiday season so far. Athreos Shroud-Veiled is Father Time playing the role of Santa Claus here, and he is bringing us the gift of our opponent's creatures. Let's start out with the deck list. Our first 1-drop is 2 copies of Bloodchief's Thirst. This also has a kicker for 3, so a total of 4 if we do decide to kick it. If we don't kick it, destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 2 or less. If we do kick it, again, going from 1 CMC up to 4 CMC, being able to destroy any creature or planeswalker regardless of their converted mana cost. This is really good early game. This is really good late game. One of the best removal spells we've seen in Zendikar Rising. Moving on, 2 copies of Spikefield Hazard and Spikefield Cave. The Cave comes in tapped, adds a red to our pool, easy peasy. At instant speed for 1, dealing 1 damage to any target. If a permanent would die this way, exile it instead. This is great as the land, and you can also exile something gross like a Kroxa early game as self-sacrifices. You can also use it as reach damage to close out your opponent. Moving on to our 2-drops, 4 copies of the Birth of Meletis. Now, when this enters play, you do get to search your library for a basic planes, more specifically. And then on each following upkeep, the first creating a 0/4 defender, and then finally gaining 2 life and also sacrificing the Birth. So we do want tokens within the deck. We need tokens in play to Transmogrify on top of. The Birth of Meletis is not only great at making all of that more consistent because it's pulling us a land, which of course we do need to get to 4 of, but it's also creating the token for us to Transmogrify. 4 copies of Fire Prophecy. This is an instant speed spell, also for 2, dealing 3 damage to target creature. If you do choose so, you can take a card from your from your hand, put it into the bottom of your library, allowing you to draw, which is pretty cool. So, we are Transmogrifying, and if we have the card that we want to Transmogrify from our library already in our hand, the Fire Prophecy allows us to put that card from our hand back into the library, draw us another card, and then, we can Transmogrify it back out of our library, which is really cool. So not only does this help the removal to gain us access to our opponent's creatures, but it can also, like I said, get our Athreos into the library so we can pull it back out. Moving on, 4 copies of Forbidden Friendship, a sorcery speed spell here. Our last 2-drop, creating a 1/1 red dinosaur creature token with haste and a 1/1 white human creature token. So one of them has haste, one of them doesn't. They're both tokens and they're both great for Transmogrify. It's just about increasing the consistency at which you can have a token in play before turn 4. Moving on to our 3 drops, 4 copies of Banishing Light. This is an enchantment. And when it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until Banishing Light leaves the battlefield. This is great because it takes out anything, and of course, with the exile effect of our Athreos, we can grab their creatures, and not only can we maintain field supremacy this way, but maybe they get a planeswalker out that threatens us. Maybe there's an enchantment out that threatens us. This is another great way for us to, easily deal with it. Moving on, Soul Shatter at instant speed. Now, the instant speed removal is much more valuable, but it is also quite valuable to be able to take care of your opponent's non-creature permanents as well. So Soul Shatter can take care of creatures or planeswalkers. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker with the highest converted mana cost among creatures and planeswalkers you control. So you do want to be prioritizing your removal, trying to make sure that the Banishing Light hits the enchantments, hits the artifacts, typically things that you won't be able to hit with the other forms of removal. And Soul Shatter is instant speed, which is, absolutely amazing. 3 copies of Valka Awakening for 3, also at instant speed, to put any number target of cards from our hand into the bottom of our library. Then we draw that many cards +1. Of course, it's basically just going to be what your hand size is because you have to take the Awakening out of your hand to cast it. So it just replaces itself and your whole hand, which is not bad, right? And of course, we are using a combo style deck off of Transmogrify. So if we don't have Transmogrify, the deck isn't doing what it should be. So this is a great way just to, ditch 5 cards, pull 5 new ones, and, get into the cards that we do need. Speaking of some of the cards we do need, if we play a control deck, this is our only win. Well, it's not our only win, but it's our most reliable win. The Outlaw's Merriment. We have 4 copies of this in library. If we can stack it, the more the merrier, as they say. And at the beginning of at the beginning of your upkeep, choose one at random. Create a red and white creature token with the following characteristics. It's a 3/1 with trample and haste, a 2/1 with lifelink and haste, or a 1/2. And when it enters, it deals 1 damage to any target. So, we don't have any creatures in the deck. This will be our creature engine. So we get lifelink out of it, we get trample and haste, and we can also deal chip damage through the 1/2 rogue. So, basically everything that we could possibly ask for within our merriment, and it's totally stackable. It creates tokens for us to Transmogrify. So this really ties the whole deck together. The main combo piece here, though, is Transmogrify for 4 at sorcery speed. To exile target creature, that creature's controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. That player puts that card into the battlefield and then shuffles the rest into their library. We don't have any creature cards in the deck except for this itty bitty one, Athreos, Shroud-Veiled for 6, a 4/7 legendary enchantment creature god. It's not really a creature. It's typically just an enchantment unless we can get our devotion up through the merriments, stuff like this, Banishing Light. And of course, as long as its devotion is less than 7, it remains an enchantment, not a creature. It has indestructible regardless. And at the beginning of your end step, put a coin counter on another target creature. So allowing us to ensure our own creatures, which we don't have any, but we can do that on our opponent's creatures once we've already taken them, or we can just continue to take their creatures away from them. So putting the coin counters all over our opponent's creatures and then removing them to take them. Because whenever a creature with a coin counter on it dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control. This is just a great way to take everything your opponent has, and I talked about beating rogues today with themselves. This is how we did it. That Thoth Thief's mine, Guild Thief Enforcer's mine, right? The Wind Robber, bring that over here as well, right? So really, really cool matches available within Shroud-Veiled. Again, if you play a control matchup, you really need to focus on grabbing your merriment because they probably won't have creatures for you to take with your Shroud. So stack the tokens and just bash in as hard as you can. Of course, there's plenty of removal to get you there. We've got 4 Savai Triomes. We can cycle this for 3. If not, it really fixes our mana up quite nicely. 4 Needleverge Pathways, 4 Brightclimb Pathways, 2 Mountains, 3 Swamps, 5 planes and a Castle Ardenvale in which we can tap for 5 to create a token. Again, worst case scenario, that can light up our Transmogrify for us. No sideboard. We're playing best of 1 today and, you know, having a great time doing it. A 66% win rate within Mythic with an all-new original Mardu-based Transmogrify deck for you guys for Christmas. So thanks again for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it to all of your friends, all of the communities, blast me on Reddit, be like, check out this content creator, you guys, he's the sickest. Stuff like this, right? So we're looking to grow the channel, grow this into a business and expand. And, you know, it's been a great year and 1.75 years, actually. We're almost rolling up on 2 here. So, you know, we're just getting to full stride here. We're barely breaking a wind yet. So looking to excel into 2021 and crush out even more content. We've got 750 uploads in the time so far. So hopefully, and I don't know how we're going to do it, but I'm going to try to get 1,000 uploads in under 2 years. So lots of work to do. You guys don't miss out on the journey. Thanks again. Enjoy this gameplay footage and we'll be back for some wrap-up thoughts after that. All right. We are starting out with a decent hand. We have 3 land. Worst case scenario, you know, we play our Omen and we take a draw looking for a Transmogrify. I think, let's see if we can pull some presents from our library. A gift to ourselves. Or maybe from the magic gods. The land doesn't matter. We do have removal open. Typically, we don't worry about this until we Transmogrify. And then we event or shatter, some form of wipe. I don't really care about the 1/1. Prioritize our removal a little bit better than that. So I guess we Omen of the Sun this turn and Awakening next turn. If we don't top deck it, right? Obviously, we do have a 8% chance almost to pull it. This is brought to us by Magic the Gathering Arena Assistant. Available to everybody on Windows for free in the Overwolf link, or via the Overwolf link, I should say, in the description below. So that's pretty nice. I mean, double Innkeepers. If we just hold up our event and stuff, it'll be fine. And I can't guarantee that we'll draw land, so we need to play this. Well, it's basically a waste. Oh my gosh, that sucks. They're going to get an extra draw, but I need to prioritize my spells efficiently as well. So the Lovestruck Beast in play, but you see how it is also an odd. So they get 1 extra draw out of it, which sucks, but, you know, statistically speaking, it should be a land. It's still good, don't get me wrong. Now we just can replay more tokens, which are evens at 0. We hit this at odd. And without even doing our combo, we're finding ourselves in a very friendly situation. Able to hit for 3 as well. We're at 24. So just a little of, you know, general card advantage shenanigans. We could get hit with this Elemental for 5. Woof. Great card. What do you do though, right? Double Brushfire, Elemental, Passage, Embercleave. Stop it. Right? You've gone too far. Oh my gosh, we're muted this whole time. Maybe not the whole time. For a little bit, though. Probably since I coughed or took a drink. Ah! I'm sorry. Looking for a Transmogrify. Just digging. Trading with the shield breaker, I assume. No, they just take it down to 7. Interesting. The more we can hold off on this, the better. Easy block. Okay. 2 damage. It's unpleasant, don't get me wrong. Wow. Wow. That is brutal, ladies and gentlemen. Eventually, they need to defend. For all they know, we have more flash attackers. Come on. Come on. Ooh, Primal Might. For some reason, I was thinking Bone Crusher Giant. And a Primal Might on top of an Embercleave is, like, completely good games. Woo! You go right to the top with that deck. Very nice. Alright. We go first. We have Transmogrify. You know, we can draw into a token, hopefully. Not bad. If we don't pick up a land, I'm going to play this on turn 3. Interesting. Alright, our removal is up, and we're definitely going to take it. Tossing another Prophecy, I think, though. Right? Just looking for our 4th land, and we need a token. There's a few things we need to get going. Alright, rope is up. Loving that. Tobias Radster? Radster? I don't even know. Free wins. I love it. Yeah, let's just take it slow. Our mana's super helpful. I think this is just a good game at a certain point. I have no idea why they would just give up immediately. Whatever. I am fine with that. Not the problem, see? Yarp. Straight roping. Oh, they finally figure it out. Free win. Don't mind that. Alright, we go first. Having Athreos in our hand sucks, but I think we can still make it work. We look at our deck. Fire Prophecy for the discard at 7%. Valakut Awakening at 3%. I say we keep it. We will be able to discard this back to the library. Mark my words. Easy. Rogues? Uh-oh. Let's get after it. For one. It's not it. We will attack to pull the flash block so we can Banishing Light it. Nope, they don't bite. They do probably play here, though. Smart. I wish we could have got it, but we won't. Another Thought Thief, whatever. If they take a Fire Prophecy, I'm gonna lose my mind. They do get one. Ouch. Keeping pace, I guess. Right? That's not bad. Taking our removal out, which is fine. Whatever, for the draw. We are at a 4.3 and 6.5% chance because they milled one, which hurts. It hurts, man. If they mill another, I'll die. We can hardcast it next turn if we played our land differently. They didn't have it last term, I don't think they'll have it here. Let's cycle the land. If we pull removal now, we can grab their Thought Thief while they're tapped. Oh, it's not it. Ouchies. Ouchies. That did not work out. Well, we go first and we have some control, so I guess we can just keep it. We threaten first. Well, no. We definitely still go swamp. Well, I don't know. Hello? Is there anybody home? Alright, we're live. More land. Grab a little bit more, why don't we? Easy. We do need to keep control until we find our Merriment, our Transmogrify, something. More control is great, I guess. Gaining the life, playing the land, passing the turn. Our Valakut exploration would be great here. Whoops. Even more triumphs. They don't deal damage to us because it's an enchantment that's already in play, not a spell entering. I guess we cycle this next turn. Let's just clean it up. We're at 6, playing to 7. Thank you for that Twitch Prime. Soaking Cork. You wine fiend, you. Interesting. We have everything we need. We just need a little bit of time, see? And we don't even need it. Free wins. Ah. Alrighty, keep the 7. I like it. Playing slow with our Triome. Playing our pathway into our birth. Hopefully we draw our 4th land and can just go right into a Transmogrify. Well, that is a land, but not quite what we want. So we get the token here with the birthplace. The birthplace. We get the 4th land. So we are ready to rip. I guess we may as well keep Spikefield Hazards in hand. Or is that going to burn us later? We have nothing instant speed for 3. Let's play one. Right? I would hate to get burned by that. And now watch us get burned in the other direction where we fall 1 damage short. Right? Omen, which is fine. So our biggest fear here is an Elspeth Conquers Death. It absolutely ruins us. And, you know, there's not that much devotion in the deck. You can get there, but it's going to be awkward. Here's our opponent's turn. They played a 4. They could have a Petty Theft and bounce our 0/4 as we go to play it, but they tap themselves here for a draw. I feel like they're looking for a swamp and playing Doom Foretold. Dance of the Manse. It's a very celebratory card. Very Christmas time. I think Once Upon a Time has got a nice Christmas feel to it as well. Of course, we're using Transmogrify. You know, not your typical reindeer, but a couple of these bad boys pulling your sled. You'll get there. They're totally tapped, so, you know, this is going to be a little bit awkward for them. I'm fine with it, and they're probably not playing creatures, so they're probably fine with it too. But you bet your bottom dollar I'm going to take that Yorion as soon as it hits play. So, that could be game. Maybe they fight it out, right? They know they've got an answer for it if they do. Also, Doom Foretold could have been an option there. If they played the land and played Doom, we would have had to sack Athreos, and that would have been gross, man. It would not have been good. We pass our turn. We've got a massive draw. Looking for our merriments at this point. Midnight Clock uses all mana but 2. It's definitely Dance the Mats. It has to be. They're just not pulling their Swamp. They're not pulling Doom. Which is bad for us because we don't really stack permanents. Really? Nice. Who is main decking that? Probably just taking their claw. I mean, it's awkward. It's nothing good. Land and tapped. This only really works if there's creatures, right? Okay. They're ready to play. The bad thing is we need instant speed removal. The Bloodchief's Thirst won't get it because the token comes in on our end step. Right, so they're going to get a little wiggle room here, and that makes me so sad because it could be the card they're looking for. Hat is killing me. I'm gonna wear it like a beanie, not a hat. Call this the Ear Ripper 5000. Lots of discards there, huh? Call you Mr. Discard, pal. Maybe we find removal. Or we just kick it now. I want to Yorio. Let's do it now. They're tapped. We'll pull another land so we can toss the land. Right? Removal on top. The worst pull I've ever done in my life. That physically pains me. Like, in a very bad way, man. Wow. That is a grouping of land if I've ever seen one. Very much so. Yeah, I'm speechless. There's no way, like, we should have pulled the Banishing Light, we should have pulled, you know, a Heartless Act, which doesn't actually really work well, for some things because of the counter that it gets on it. And they have the Exile there, which is good for them. We also have the replay of it, so that's not that bad. I think I'm going to duck out Heartless Act, and we'll take some other instant speed removal. It's the first time I've thought of that. A big hit. That is a big hit. Okay, we have Fire Prophecy, which is nice. I'm sure they have more Exile, and they could even have a counter here. And if they do, that's game. They dealt with us. They did it. They get the win. We're going to drop those Heartless Acts and pull out some form of instant removal. We go first, and, you know, almost a perfect hand. If we have a Birth of Meletis out of the gate here, on the top of our library, I'm very pleased with this. That pulls our fourth land. That makes a token. Luris is annoying, but we can play slow, play safe. Make sure we're hitting this on turn 4. Right, worst case scenario, we Transmogrify a Merriment token. Removal is active within our Fire Prophecies. 2 of them now, which is great. And we also have Exile. But, of course, I do want to just push in with the Merriment. And here comes the first prophecy on the Thought Thief. All rogues must die. Don't want to throw anything. This is fine by me. So it's pretty rare that we have a perfect hand, but, you know, take what you can get. Merry Christmas. Oh, they tap out. And we slam in, baby. 1 Merriment in play, uncountered. Thank you. That's a Christmas celebration right there. I noticed nobody's wearing masks, though. Ooh. Alright, Crab in play, Wind Robber in play. Both of which make me very so sad. I'm sure there's a counterspell there, right? Exiling the crab. Pulling counter magic. Huh. Let's hit for 1 or 3, sorry. No blocks. Out of 17. Interesting. Hold up removal. Yeah. Because we already have token generation, so... Yeah. Yeah, got you the first time. Got you the second time, baby. We'll toss our friendship. Okay. We need them to tap out, right? There's nothing great in our grave for them to take with the Xerathzan. Not that they have that in deck, because Lurrus is a companion, so that doesn't work. Okay, they're tapping. Hopefully there's not a land on top. It is, but it's tapped. Oh, we're so set up here. This is perfect. Rogues is what's for dinner tonight. Oh no! But this starts at our upkeep, which is perfect. Okay. Oh, and we get to kill the robber. Hello. And a very merry, good game. We have 2 copies of this in deck, correct? Yes. Because that would have sucked if we just drew our only copy, right? As soon as we were set up perfectly. Oh, we should have attacked first. Oops. Doesn't matter, because they're playing rogues. They've got a lot of creatures, and we're going to be taking them. Now we're playing rogues. Give them a taste of their own medicine, right? Yes, please put Lurrus into your hand. That's the first rogue of yours I'd like to take, even though it's not a rogue. So this is really good. So check this out. No attacks, because we die, which is sad. But... we end our turn. This goes there. Oh, don't you play a 3-drop. We got no 3-drops with flash. It could be counter magic, though. It could be counter. We still need to do it, though. Hopefully we get the kill. There could be counter magic. 3 cards in hand. There could be counter magic. There's got 3 mana left over. There's definitely counter magic. Into the Story is so good. There's no way they whiffed on that. Draw 4 cards. I doubt it. No, what? And a Merry Christmas to me. Look, we got our own Thought Thief. That's fun. This is a win for me. I don't care what happens with the rest of this game, because that was on their turn. Just, I absolutely love it. Now we just proceed to slam in as hard as we can. They can bounce Banishing Light, maybe, and they're like, well, let's take the mill. We're still at 41, though, so... I truly don't mind. We're gonna do a little milling of our own. Did we just get a lull mage? We did. I love it. We're gonna be using our Awakening on the end step of them. Or if they tap themselves. They're probably gonna block, take the draw here. We have a little life gain, which is nice. Bleep, bloop, blob. Looking for an answer. We get some damage in. It's not too shabby. And let's ensure the Thought Thief. Right? Because the tokens won't actually come back, only the creatures do. They're removing it now, though. Which is good. Nice, but that's like their removal and also their mana. So we can go ahead, even though it's our turn, we'll cast this and we'll toss these. If they're using Miscast, I'll cry. Doesn't matter. Alright, at least we're working through our library. Right, so hopefully they're playing odds because our tokens are even. Lurrus isn't odd. Wink, wink. There's no way we get that lucky, though, right? It's down to 30. Or 21. 38 in library. Ooh, crab's not good. Passage is good. Nice. They could play Lurrus, but we've got a couple odds in play. I hope they do play Lurrus. Graveyard's looking right for a Lurrus drop, that's for sure. They want to protect it. They need counter magic on top of it, right? Removal. That's fine. Get it out of your hand. Lurrus there. Not in play yet, so they definitely want to counter it. 1 damage to any target. Doesn't matter, I guess. Hit them. A little bit of life. We do thin our library, which sucks, but 1 card, right? No attacks. We try to trade for life gain. We can get this Extinction Event off. It's going to be a good time. If not, it could be really awkward. They're going to have a Rune Crab. Oh no, that's odd too. Hopefully they play the Wind Robber. They're all odd. Do they have a Zareth Zan? No, they don't, because Lurrus is the companion. We already talked about this. There's the mill. It can't attack or we get it. But they do get the mill if it attacks. Oh no, it doesn't, because they don't have Thought Thief in play. I'm so used to them always having Thought Thief. They must have counter magic, right? They have to. I guarantee you there's a counterspell here. There's no way there's not. If there isn't, we win. There might not be. Did they draw it? No. We get the thought, or the Guild Thief Enforcer back on our side because it was exiled. Another rogue in my life! And now we are ready to bash. We have our devotion up. And, they're loving it. Right? Nothing like beating rogues with your new jank deck. into the story. Oh, can't even save you now, my friends. Down to 2, and the merriment should bring us through to victory. All right, these guild enforcers are ours again. We're at 24. There's no way they mill us. We've got this. That's the benchmark for all decks, is can you beat rogues, right? If you can beat rogues, sure, totally viable deck. If you can't beat rogues, wah, wah, wah. So sad, right? And, you know, they got unlucky not having counter magic there. But again, that's the name of the game. Plenty of blockers, but just not enough. Watch them still come through with it. We just get that right back to our hand, which is awkward. So they have to double remove it, and they're milling themselves further. Another Agadeem's Awakening. Now they take a draw. We're down to 18 cards. We both are. My lord. We get haste, which is great. And we are going to nuke this beloved Thought Thief. Is a very much good game as well. It's more than a good game, though. The hello, good game. Right, it's a little bit more than just a good game. Woo! See you later, rogues. Well, you guys, here's to another year of busted Simic cards. Right? No, not in this deck. We're just playing with the general jank here, which is a lot of fun. And it even performed well, which is even better. So a Merry Christmas to all and a Happy Holidays. All that general shenanigans, of course. You know, good times to be had. You know, the theme behind this deck was Saturnalia. And of course, the merriment, you know, that's exactly what's happening here. These guys are getting lit, going crazy. You want some potion, bro? And then, you know, Father Time representing behind the scenes, the All-Father in control right here as well. So, you know, the peasants in the house and, you know, Big Daddy representing the head of the party as well. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope it does. Thanks for you guys' time and attention. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, help support the channel financially. Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube, just buying stuff in our Amazon link as well. So you can find everything you need within the links in the description below and what have you. Again, thank you all for your time and attention. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you had an amazing celebration this year and a happy and prosperous, healthy new year to come. Take care, and we'll see you soon.